Hey, this is Michael Dermer, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about creating a buyer persona. Really nailing who your ideal customer is critical to tailoring the products and services you offer as well as the marketing to get to those customers. So what is a buyer persona and why is it so important? One of the things you really have to be able to do, especially when you have limited resources, is to really hone in on who is your ideal customer. And that is really what a buyer persona is. It is your ideal customer. And once you're able to hone in on that, then you can tailor your limited resources to all the things you need to do to target that customer. Your sales, your marketing, your product, your research, your operations. So how is it that you actually go about creating a buyer persona? First is you start with the basics, and that's demographics. Age, gender, marital status, geography, the nuts and bolts that every marketer uses to start with creating a buyer persona. Next is pain points. How do you really identify what are the problems or challenges that your ideal customer needs to solve? For example, let's say you have men that are losing their hair. It's pretty clear that what you need to do to solve their problems, right? But there's all kinds of different problems and challenges and issues that are the reasons why people buy products and services, okay? So understanding what those pain points are is critical to creating the right persona. Next is priorities. What are the priorities of your ideal customer? Are they moms that have a priority on family, right? So think about if you're creating healthy dining, right? You might want to appeal to moms simply because that ideal customer thinks about the health and well-being of their kids, right? So how do you think about what priorities are most important to your ideal customer? Next is values, right? What are the most important things in their lives, right? What are the things that they really value, right? They may value their church. They may value the military. They may value important parts of their family structure. These are all really important things to think about when you're thinking about identifying your ideal customer. Next is their research habits. How does your ideal customer actually go about finding products and services, right? Think about people that are about to go to a doctor, right? Some take a lot of time to search through the internet, right? Some might talk to their primary care physician to understand more information. But understanding how your ideal customer looks for information and gets research is another critical component to understanding who your buyer persona is. Next is, what are the identifying factors? What are the specific characteristics beyond just age and gender that identify with this particular individual? It could be where they work, it could be where they shop, or other characteristics that tell you exactly who they are. Next is psychographics. While demographics is the real basics of age and gender, psychographics really goes to what are their attitudes and what trends are they supporting. Do they go to local coffee shops, right? Do they go to local coffee shops? And when they do, are they more likely to go to the local bodega or to the really, really high-end coffee shop, right? Those tell you lots of things about your individual. So when you wrap all those things together, you're really trying to hone in on who is my ideal customer. Creating this buyer persona is actually absolutely critical, especially when you're an entrepreneurial venture and you don't have huge marketing dollars, right? Really trying to hone in on all these characteristics we've talked about, because once you do, then you have the ability to tailor your product, tailor your service, tailor your price, tailor your delivery, and especially work on your marketing to really reach that ideal customer the way they want, how they want. There's much more information written out for you in this lesson about buyer personas side by side with this video, and hopefully these tools and techniques will really let you hone in on your buyer persona.